We have been in a fog, and as we've emerged, we see that the world's been pushed to the brink, and so have you. I'm Dr. David Orrs, I'm the Doc of DeFi, and here I am on day 11 of the cold plunge. But how do you really know that, right? I've told you what I've been doing. I've shown most of the days, but the actual first 4 days I didn't include as part of these videos. So that means there's a sense of trust. Either you trust that I've done what I said, or you don't. Those of you who know me probably fall into the first category, but that's not all of you. And this is the issue with the blockchain. You can document something on the blockchain like an NFT or a contract or the purchase of an asset, a coin or some land, digital land, and it is non-disputable. It's documented for all to see. It's transparent. There's no need for trust, really. The only trust that comes into play would be in between the actual peer-to-peer transaction in the first place. So if you are investing, you're investing, directly, but you trust that the investment on the other end is properly represented in a conversation. At any rate, this leads me to the idea that I had while in the cold, which was that I think this frontier is bringing forth a different way of evaluating things. And so it's not so much you're failing or you're not failing based on what you can do, but more so based on what or who you are. And it's discovering who you are that is the exciting point, I believe, about the metaverse, the blockchain, and the crypto space. Because it gives peer-to-peer autonomy, because it gives seemingly very poignant shift from centralized leadership and centralized rules, as we've all experienced in the last 2.5 to 3 years, some eye-opening events. And although perhaps the birth of all of this happened in 2009, back with the white paper study on Bitcoin, and it has been around a while, the adoption of it in larger strides is happening now. And I think it might have been fueled by the events that have gone on in the last 2 to 3 years. But yeah, it's who you are. And sometimes you can look at videos like this about the crypto space and they look very different from mine. There are people who are talking to you about the latest, greatest deal, the trade, the coin. They're showing you graphs. They are disputing the fact that no, these are not crashes but cycles, and those types of conversations, which there's a lot of very knowledgeable and skilled and well-meaning people delivering all this content. And I figured, well, why reinvent the wheel? I'm not needing to replace what they say or echo what they say. They're saying it very well. But sometimes that message doesn't reach out to enough people. Right now, it's estimated that 16% of the world's population has gotten into the crypto space in one way or another. And less than 1% of them are in what's called the NFT space. And the NFT is also related in some applications to the actual digital land and the real estate that's available as well. So that's a topic for another time. So there's a message for everyone, and I think it's who you have to become. I think that the exciting thing about this space is, you're hearing the ravens. We have I don't think you call it a murder of ravens, it's a murder of crows, isn't it? But ravens are bigger crows, if you've ever seen them, and they are certainly communicating today. So we'll have to just take that with the environment that I'm in. At any rate, the poignant thing about this time, this place, is that it is an evolution. It's an evolution on so many levels, and including the evolution of you and who you have to become in order to partake. And some people say, well, I don't want to partake. And the reason why so many of us are being so persistent with our messages is because we care, and really, really think that there's an opportunity here that has to be met by everybody. And if there's a sense or a notion that this is not pertinent to you, I'm trying to bring out a message, and so many other people in this space are in their own way that would reach you, that would allow you to see that this is a place of evolution. And yes, right, who you have to become. So if you find out who you have to become, the how and the what becomes a little clearer. So that's what I have to say. I'm not going to be one to bring out a lot of charts and graphs, and I won't be talking about the next latest coin as much. Eventually I will, as I grow in this place as well. As you know, I've just started out in the last 5-6 months, and this is close to the halfway point of my 100 YouTube daily contribution that I committed to, and that one is a little more documentable, so you don't have to have too much faith or trust in me, because you just have to count the number of videos that are right there. At any rate, some food for thought. Okay, this is something that it's all about the evolution, and it's all about who you have to become. And just like when I have to go into the cold plunge because of my commitment to a 10-day challenge, it's who I have to become in order to do that. Okay, we'll catch you on the next video.